Okay, well, good morning. Good morning. We're taking this time. I'm muting, but it's coming. Very slow this morning. Well, good morning, everybody. I am here. You are at the Diamond Factory. Can't believe it's Friday morning. I am Phyllis Nash, your Chief Sales Officer, as well as one of the four co founders. And I've listened to our speakers talk all week. And we're excited about our massive action kickoff that we're about to do on Sunday night. Going to get on the line and we're going to talk about the rules. We're going to see who's out there that's going to be participating. You're going to get your teams together so that we can put you on the brackets. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. And a lot of times I want to ask the question because there are many, many reasons for people to get started in our industry, in our business. But I want to know from you if you got of building a successful network marketing business would mean finally being able to quit the job that you hate. Did anybody join because of that? And then I want to know if building a successful network marketing business would mean you would be able to spend more time with your family. Now, is there anybody that decided to do this business because of that? How about this? Building a successful network marketing company would mean achieving time and financial freedom. Did anybody join because of that? Okay, then let me ask this question. Who joined this business to build a successful network marketing business? And it would mean that you would be able to travel more. I know when we went to Jamaica and the winners, the people that won that trip, those special people were able to stay in a villa. They had activities that were paid for that everybody else that went there didn't have. They had the ability to have a staff of a chef and maids and gardeners to take care of them during their stay. They had never experienced a trip like that. And then they even thought, maybe some of them thought that, hey, I don't even really like traveling. But now, since they had that experience, their eyes are open. And so now they can see themselves taking that trip that, hey, they can win with Wakanda, or they can also say, hey, that's going to be a goal of mine for me and my family to go away for spring break, for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, and to enjoy a holiday like that, to be catered to and taken care of. Well, you guys hear all the passion in my voice because that's just one thing I love, love, love to do is travel. So that was a big thing for incentive for me because the first company I came in, I had loved to travel, but when I was able to travel and somebody paid for it, oh my goodness, that took it to a whole nother level. So maybe you got started because you would wanted to contribute more to causes that you care about. I look at businesses now, and every time a product or something is sold, they can go back and they can, help somebody in another country that's less fortunate, build wells so people can have, provide businesses so that people can go in business for themselves. It doesn't cost the same as it does here. How about that? A lot of companies do that. But do you know that if you have your own network marketing business, that you have your own company? So you can say, hey, every extra certain amount of thousands of dollars that I earn, I'm going to donate a portion to a certain cause that I care about. You can put that on yourself. You can go plant a tree somewhere where there needs to be a need for trees to be, or you can do that same thing on wells, or you can make it a mission that you and your team go. All of these things I have seen this industry afford people to be able to do things that a job will never, ever allow you to do. Because guess what? There is no limit on the income and the possibilities that you can have. And there are people that join the business because they want to maybe retire their partner, retire their family, their mother, their father. They want to buy a house and have a bigger dream. They can want to start dreaming again. A lot of times when you get out of school and you go to work and you start, getting excited about living life, and then it becomes just a whole hump. It just becomes a daily routine. There is no more joy in your life. There's no more fun. And you think, well, is this all there is? And I'm telling you guys, it is not. I'm not telling you this industry does more for most people than I've ever seen any other industry do. I've seen people that have never talked in front of people or stood in front and done a presentation start doing presentations. I've never seen people and they haven't. I'm happy because it's exciting. They've never thought of themselves as a leader, but then they have one or two people on their teams, and it's up to them to start leading them in the right direction on what are the steps to take. And my question for you is, if you had a full blueprint on how to become successful in in a social industry that you're in, mainly right now we're talking about Wakanda, soon to be Akana. If you had a blueprint to take you there, to make you to have you have all those successes on why you got started in the business, would you do it? And I can't hear any any answers out there, but I'm going to assume that you said yes. And I'm going to tell you that you absolutely have the blueprint for this, the blueprint to be successful. I think about, I introduced Coach Dan the other day, and I talked about how he speaks all over the world for some pretty hefty charges that the people pay him. They pay him pretty good for him to speak, and they take care of his flights, and they take care of all of his accommodations. But every Wednesday he shows up here. Why? For us, because he believes in Wakanda, and he wants the best for you as Wakandapreneurs. He wants to see you win. He wants you to see you succeed. I look at Melissa that works 24/7. When I tell you 24/7, so pray for her because she's human, but this girl works 24/7, pivoting every step of the way. There's not an obstacle, there's not a problem that she can't pivot on and make it better. And I just look at everything that's put into what we're trying to do. Now, as Dr. Pat used to say, the middle is always messy. It's not going to be a perfect deal no matter what. I can't imagine what Microsoft, what Amazon did in their beginning years, how they pivoted, how they overcame hurdles, how they kept on going no matter what. Well, that's the same thing that's happening here at Wakanda. And so if you came on board to experience any of those things that I share, and a whole lot more that you can think of that might have been your reason to get started. So I'm telling you now, it's time to take action. It's time to go to work. It's time to use the blueprint. My question is, when you decided to say yes, did you step down and talk with your sponsor? Sponsors, did you take that new person under your wing? Did you, within 48 hours, to go over that plan with them, to figure out what their whys and their goals were, to have them do that launch party, 3 launch parties? And guess what? Success loves speed. So I don't mean 2 weeks later. I don't mean a month later. I mean immediately. Because as soon as they get started in that business, there are naysayers waiting to tell them, oh, girl, you did that? You crazy. And if you don't step in and help them to win immediately, help them to know it's important to take your products. Did you use your gummy last night? Did you use your tincture this morning? Have you gotten started on your 21-day cleanse? Have you made your list? Let's put in your book your 3 days that you're going to have your launch party. All of these are a plan for you to have success and to be able to do the things that you wanted to do when you came into the business. If we showed you the blueprint, guys, that would take the 20 percenters and turn those 20% success rates into 74% success rates, would you do it? But you got to do your part. See, I see a lot of people show up for trainings and they don't want to miss not one training. They on everybody's call. You do a call, you doing a call, I'm going to get on it. I don't see them bringing a guest on. I see them there. But that's called a career student. Now, students, you need to go and not only get the information, but implicate the information. And so it's time to rumble. That's right. It's time to get started. And even if you aren't going to be participating in the March Madness, massive action, taking your business and 10xing it, it's time to do that. But even if you don't participate on one of the teams, everybody hearing my voice needs to revamp their business. If you never had that one-on-one with your sponsors, if you never had that one-on-one with your new person, I don't care if they're 3 months in, you need to go back and do it. You need to go over the sales academy training. You need to go over them with what their why and their goals are. You need to help them do that 3 launch parties, and you need to talk to them and ask them, how soon do you want to become independent of me? Independent of me, because I'm here to help you, but I need to know what it's going to take. Because once you become independent of me, means you can go out and duplicate everything that we learned during the time we spent together, and I was here to support you. If you haven't done that in your business, then you're missing a huge step, because all you'll be is just a student. You'll just be cheering somebody else on. As you see the Moonies, as you see the Ernestine Davises, as you see the Anita Sheltons, as you see the Marcel Rachel, and all the untold leaders that are out there doing this business day in and day out. When you see the duplication over and over again, that's when you know you're winning. That's when you know you can bet on, hey, I will have more time to spend with my family. Knowing your story, telling your story. If you don't use your products, if you don't share with other people your products, if you don't have a grand opening when you got in, well, when that new person that you're trying to encourage to come join you in this business, they're going to say, what did you do? Well, when you didn't tell them any of those things that you're supposed to do to be successful, then guess what? They're not going to do it either. So you'll just be bringing people in the business, and they'll be going out the back door, because people want to be led. They want to have some structure. They want to know that they're not in this alone. And that's up to us as sponsors to do. So I am encouraging you. Be on the call on Sunday night. We will have it up there. Dr. Roz will put it out, the time and the ID number. So I'm going to tell you what the passcode is right now, so you can tell your teams. It's Prosper, with all caps. Prosper, PROSPER. Prosper is going to be the passcode. We'll get that out to you today. And so, guys, we encourage you to get on. Come on and do the March Madness with us. Come on for that run. Come on so you can be walking across that stage as a new rank. I don't care what the rank is. Pearl. It can be pearl, jade, sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond. But do something, because you are in business. Turn that 20% into 74%. And what do I mean by that? Usually it's only 20% to stay on. You can go through your numbers. The math is there. Willie always says he's a mathematician, so he always looks at the numbers. But there's a way you can take that 20% that usually stays and turn them into 74%. And you can learn those things just by doing the step, using the system, and being successful. Don't go out and reinvent the wheel. And I'm going to say this because, a lot of you guys have seen Melissa in the role of a CEO. And sometimes she slips into that distributor role. I hear it. But I'm going to tell you one thing. She is one of the biggest students of this industry, because every time you hear Melissa speak as a distributor, as a leader of her team, she's going to first tell you who she is, because she's knowing there's somebody in this audience, or in the audience that she's speaking to, that can relate to her. And that's what you should learn. You should learn your story. And we're going to talk more about that. Learning your story means you're going to be able to connect with somebody in that audience. For her, she was a single mom working 80 hours a week. Yes, she had the corporate job, she had the car, she had the corner office, but she didn't have time to be with the person that was most important to her. And that person was her son. And he told her one day, he called her up and said, Mom, as a 5-year-old, I have no memories of you. And it broke her heart. And he started crying. And she decided then that she had to make a change. Now, I can tell you that story word by word because I heard it every time I heard Melissa talk. But guess what she did in doing that? She touched somebody's heart in that audience, and they were all in because they had experienced the same thing. They were going through it now, and now they saw hope because they saw somebody just like them up on that stage. And might I add, she said she lived in the projects, raised by a single mother. I mean, the story was the same. I don't care if she had 5 different presentations in one day. She told that same story over and over. When she does a 3-way, at the end of the 3-way, do you see how you can participate? How do you see yourself participating in this business? It's scripted, guys, but it's a script so good that it sounds like it's an everyday conversation. And I think that sometimes we get all like, I can't do this. Oh, I can't. But practice makes permanent. Yeah, you're just gonna fumble and mumble when you first started, but if you keep on doing it, it makes permanent, and then it flows, and then it comes out so smooth, and you be like, wow, how did she do that? She practiced it. She did it over and over and over and over again. So again, guys, we have an opportunity of a lifetime with a company that is going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. Come on and join us for March Madness. And even if you don't, start your business all over again and do it the right way. And so with that being said, Dr. Ross, are you out there so you can share what's going to happen tomorrow? And after that, I'll see the leaders, rubies and above, on our call.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Awesome. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and so we're going to test it out this evening. This evening at 7 p.m., I'm going to have deep dive. All right. So those of you that have been waiting for it, wanting it to happen again, meet me this evening. We're going to take a couple of hours. We won't be on as long as we usually are, but yeah, we're going to be there because we're going to get you ready. Make sure you got all this understanding, but it's March Madness. So we got to go. We got to go. So meet me at 7 p.m. tonight. Okay, I'll post that. And then tomorrow, yes, 10 a.m. as our custom, we'll be there, and we'll definitely be promoting March Madness, getting us ready. Bring on your guests so that we can let them know what's going on here at Wakanda, where we're going, what's happening here. We got so much happening, and we're so excited about it. And so we'll be there on tomorrow at 10 a.m. All right, Phyllis, back to you.
All right, guys, we'll go out and have a Wakanda Ghana day, and we will see you back here on Monday morning. Bye now. Push.